Okay, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today it is another workout day. Today is day 6 of the off-season footballer training plan. Today we're going to do a speed and plyometric session again. So we did this last Monday as well. Well, we like to get in at least one speed and plyometric session a week, just focused on that. The other session we do another speed and plyometric session, but we also do strength work after that, so we don't get as much volume in. So on this day we get a lot more sprints in, and the focus today is acceleration. So there'll be smaller sprints. So the max distance we're going to go is 20 meters, and we're going to do a few at 10 meters, and then we're going to do a few at 20 meters, and we're just going to be working on a lot of different starts. So we're going to do like kneeling starts, some press up position starts, just ways to get out of like different positions and then be able to accelerate away. Again, we've got our timing gates here just to time every sprint to make sure we're driving that intent, to make sure that we're actually getting faster, and yeah, the sprints are good. So feeling fresh today. Didn't do too much over the weekend, played a little bit of tennis, but nothing too crazy. So feel nice and fresh for this session, which is what I want to be for my speed sessions. So we're just going to get right into it. We're going to start off with a little warm up, and then we're going to go into some plyometrics, a little bit of hops again, and then into the main sprint work. Okay, just going to go into the light plyometric work. It's just going to be a little bit of hops, and just again gradually increasing that intensity. We're going to medium hops before going into a hop, forward hop into a vertical hop. Working on that, being from horizontal momentum into vertical momentum, which is really important in most sports. A lot of time you're running forward, and you're trying to like goes horizontally running. You're trying to jump vertically up to win a header, dunk a basketball, block a volleyball shot. Anything like that. In most sports, you're running forward and then jumping up in the air. So that's what we're going to work on today with the hops. Then we're going to go into the sprint work. I think getting good at single leg plyometrics is one of the best things you can do as an athlete. And there's nothing quite like it. Like double leg plyometrics are also good. You get a little bit more output with the double leg ones, because obviously you're on two legs. You can go a little bit further with, let's say, a broad jump. You can go a little bit further. But with the single leg stuff, obviously improving that, because like most things in sport are on single leg when you're sprinting and all that. Like in the gym, hops are something you can do, because sprinting in the gym is quite difficult to get done. Sprinting in the gym is quite hard to do, obviously, because there's not enough room in most gyms. But you can do hops anywhere, and it's kind of one of the most similar kind of things to sprinting you can do in the gym. So if you don't have space to do sprints and that, hops are probably the next best thing. But also just getting good on that one leg is so important for sports. As I said before, most sporting actions are done on one leg. So getting good at single leg plyometrics is probably one of the best things you can do. So that's why I like to do a lot of hops. At least 1 or 2 days a week are focused on getting good at single leg plyometrics. So yeah, we're going to do the hop series, then go into the medium intensity hops, then go into the forward hops into vertical hops. Someone last week in my Instagram Q&A asked me what's the best way to get started in plyometrics, and like the best way to get started is just to start nice and light, do more extensive kind of plyometrics. Probably start on double leg. Pogo jumps are the easiest way to start. Just literally jumping in position, just go nice and low, nice and light to start with, and as you feel more comfortable, work up that height. Just get a little bit higher each one, until you can go like quite high with them, until you're like working on the high intensity ones. Once you feel comfortable doing that, work on moving a little bit forward. So do pogo hops, which is pogo jumps, which is forward. Work on them light, extensive ones. Again, go into like increase that intensity as you feel more comfortable. Then go into like some high intensity ones. Then once you get used to that, like ground contacts, because you're just looking to get a lot of ground contacts in. So once you get more good ground contacts in, you feel comfortable doing the high intensity ones in double leg, you can then move on to single leg ones. Again, pogos, just standing in position, just hopping, just jumping up and down nice and light, so you get a little bit more intense, then go into more high intense. That's like the easiest way to get started. Just like, you don't need to be good at anything to be able to do that. You just need to literally just start. You don't need to be that super strong to be able to do that. But yeah, just starting nice and light and just progressing it as you go. Some people will be able to start with high intensity plyometrics like straight away, just because they probably had a good sporting background and all that, because like all sporting actions are basically just light intensity plyometrics, especially if you're like doing lighter runs. But if you're sprinting at high intense, which in most sports you do, then like you're already doing plyometrics, so you're probably your body's probably ready for more high intense plyometrics anyway. So if you already play a sport, you can probably, again, just gradually start with the pogo jumps, and if they feel way too easy, just start with going to the single leg ones and just progress from there. There's so many different plyometrics you can do. It's quite easy to get started, but yeah, just explore with it. So like once you get good at the single leg ones, just try different kind of things, you know, like the hops with a tuck, hops with the, as I'm doing today, the forward to vertical hops. Just try them out, see how you get on. If you feel like they're shit, just gotta keep working on it, It takes time, but yeah, plyometrics is like a journey. Like you're never going to be amazed. Like the only way to get good at them is to do it, like to start, just like everything else. So again, if you want to get into plyometrics, just start with pogos, go into single leg ones, and then just take it from there. Just keep going, and then keep working on that, improving that intensity. Never take out the extensive ones. I always do the extensive ones to start with. I think it's just a good way to warm up the ankles for the more intense ones anyway in the workout. So yeah, that would be how I would answer that. Yeah, I'm just going to get back into it. We're just going to do the horizontal hops, the vertical hops now. When doing these, you're not looking to land on your heel, you're looking to land on the midfoot. So you want to keep your heel just slightly off the floor, because if you land on your heel, you're going to work on too much braking forces and you end up getting stuck in the ground. And that's not what we want with this. We want to be nice and smooth, transition on the foot all the way onto the toes, so you can jump up again with the movement to vertically. So you want to land just with the heel just off the floor onto the midfoot. You want to roll onto your toes so you can leap back up into the vertical jump. And even when we land on the vertical jump into the horizontal jump, you also want to land on the midfoot so you can push yourself forward. Just takes time to learn this. You gotta practice it. Try and feel it before you get into like really high intensity. Start nice and light. So just do like there. I was trying to go like as far as I could and jump as high as I could. But if you're new to it, just jump not too far, just so you can get used to that movement of landing in the midfoot and moving it onto the toes. You just need to get used to that movement and get it right. You don't want to be landing on your heels too much, because then you're going to, as I said, stuck in the ground and not be able to push yourself up or forward properly or quickly, because we want this to be quick as well. Because if you put your heel on the ground, you might be able to go further, but it's not. That is kind of the goal with the exercise, but we also want to be able to do it quickly. So like with plyometrics, we want to be nice and quick, working that speed. We don't want to be putting our heel on the floor and getting stuck and not be able to go fast. So yeah, we just want to get a nice timing right, nice position right in the midfoot onto the toes. So yeah, now we're going to go into our sprint work. We're going to do some different kind of starts in 10 meters. Yeah, we're going to do kneeling start, press up position start into the, just to work on a little bit of acceleration, coming out of different positions. Normally my first couple suck, and they did suck, so but we're going to change up position now. We're going to go into the still half kneeling, but we're going to go facing forwards. Now we've done the awkward position kind of ones, like the press up position, half kneeling position. We're just going to do a staggered stance one. So these are the proper ones. I like to time, see how fast I'm actually getting them. Every single sprint there got a little bit faster, so that's quite good. Hopefully we can go smash these now. Okay, as we just finished the speed session, I would have liked to have done another couple 20-meter sprints, but we're kind of running out of time. We've got a client soon, so don't have enough time to do it. But we also just finished with a little bit of tempo runs. So tempo runs are just going at like 70% of my max for about 70 to 100 meters. I'm not sure, don't have the distance tracked out. Around about that distance, and I'm just running 70% of my max, and then rest like 10 seconds at the top, and then running back again. Do that like between 6 to 10 times at the end of a session. Just kind of works as a cool down, but also just gets a little bit conditioning in as well, and just at the end of a session, rather than just going from being like high intense sprinting and then just finishing the session. It's better to do a little bit of like lower intense kind of stuff, so that's why I do the tempo runs. And also, like, when you're in sport, you're not just running max speed, you also need to do a little bit of slower kind of running, so that's why I do the tempo runs at the end of a speed session also. But yeah, overall quite a good session. Sprint times weren't as good as last week, but not sure why that is, but I'm not really too fussed. They were quite close anyway, so it's not too bad. And then we're going to do another speed session on Wednesday, and on that session it's going to be more longer sprints. So I think we're going to go for 30-meter sprints, and then maybe do a couple of flying 10. So that's like, do like a 20-meter run into like a 10-meter flying sprint. So trying to work on that top end speed. So yeah, as I said, Monday's more acceleration focused, 10 to 20-meter sprints, and then Wednesday we're going to make more top end speed focus. So like 10-meter flying sprints. We're going to do 30 to 40 meter, 30, 40, 50 meter sprints maybe. We'll see how we get on. But next week, Wednesday, we're just going to do 30 meter sprints and flying 10 meter sprints. Yeah, overall, really good session. Yeah, so again, you got any questions, put them in the comment section. But again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.